Alright, guys, I think we are live. At least I hope so. I'm sorry for a little bit of the delay. Just had some technical difficulties I had to kink out or work out, whatever you want to say. Bear with me tonight. I have had a really rough week. Really rough week since Monday. There's been a lot going on, both in social media wise, life wise, work wise, and personal wise now. Right before this live stream, I got word that a very close friend that I've known since I was a small child passed away. And it was pretty bad. I had to call a friend and, I should say a friend called me and discovered that my close friend had a car accident involving a train, and we don't know fully all the details. But it's pretty rough, and I'm taking it pretty rough right now. But I didn't want to stop the live stream because I think it would be better for me to be with you guys and to work past this than to sit alone and be tore up. So like I said, just bear with me tonight, guys. I don't know how long this live stream will be because of what's going on. But the beginning of the live stream, we usually stop what we're doing and I ask you guys, how are you doing? So I'm going to take that moment to ask you how you're doing, because I don't think a lot of times we ask other people enough about how they're doing. Sometimes the strongest, happiest person that puts on the best smile is really struggling the most. I think sometimes we need to stop and actually worry and talk to our loved ones and friends, which friends are loved ones, and ask them. So how are you guys doing since the last time I talked to you on the live stream? I guess I could stop for a second and say hi to everyone that is in the chat. So far what I see is hi Kyle, and Evil, Cool Cat, Wendigo. Okay. So just kind of catch up from there. How are you guys doing? What is new with you? It's Friday, and the fact that y'all decided to stop what you're doing, come listen to me on a live stream on your Friday night speaks so loud, and that means so much to me. Because I'm sure you guys probably have better things to do than just to sit and listen to me. Because I'm not that great. Hey Todd, I just seen you show up in the chat. I like I said, you probably just tuned in. I'm not doing real great. I've had a rough week. Just a rough week. If you're on Twitter, you pretty much know what's going on in Twitter. And I didn't really handle what happened on Twitter very well. I got sucked into some stuff that had nothing to do with me. And I'm still waiting for that unblock and that apology, which is not going to happen. But whatever. As I was told by a older family member, you can't wait for apologies. It is what it is. And if they suck that bad, then we move on. We forgive and we move on. So in the chat, everybody's telling me thank you guys for saying condolences. Todd, I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. That makes me feel good that you're doing good. Wendigo, it's awesome hearing that you are working on new videos. I am anxious to see what you have going on. And just remember, guys, I don't always get to comment on your videos, but I do watch your videos. I need to start commenting more, because comments on videos and live streams help out the content creator. Especially if you can hit the share button, the like button, and so forth and so on. Kyle, you're doing good. Feeling hurt. Message me later, Kyle, and we'll talk. I know how you feel. Well, I hate when people say that. I know how you feel. I can sympathize, and I can go on the same level. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with that one. I'm going to have a lot of those moments tonight, so just bear with me. Thank you, Gallows. That really does help. Just you guys being here actually is what helps. So, what's going on, Lily? Well, Todd, without summoning names, and I'm not good with doing that. I'm not going to just drop somebody's name and be like, haha. But apparently some Twitter drama happened. To me, I call it a witch hunt. I'm not really sure exactly what all happened. Just one content creator got mad at about 20 other content creators. And me, your girl here, decided to just make a comment. There was like 5 people listed in a comment, including the person starting the drama. And all I did was make a comment of, well, everybody mentioned above has always been good to me. You know, I was kind of shocked at what was going on. So I just mentioned something more personal, you know, more positive. And this person didn't even have the guts to call me out on it. They just made several tweets making the reference of, you know, this person thinks everything's okay because they were good to her. That really did kind of get to me. You didn't even have the balls to come out and say my name. But you did feel childish enough to go block me, make more drama, tell other people that I was a hater. And then when all the drama was said and done, he sent out an apology for the 5 people that was in the tweet, apologizing and saying that he was too harsh. And of course, I was not on that list. But I'm not going to get into that anymore. That's basically sums up what's going on. And I got labeled as a hater, all because I was being positive and nice. So your girl here is going to be positive and nice on her own lane. And I will help those that I know that are cool and chill. And everybody else, I guess I will help from a distance. I'll share, I'll retweet. But I don't think I'm going to, spread my positivity outside of my lane. So that's, it kind of sums up my day, which really sucks because in about 2.5 days is my birthday. All this drama hits hard, a friend passing away, and there's a lot of other things going on, in the midst of that I haven't really said anything to anybody. And I'm just not going to lie. I am barely hanging on to this day right now. I really would like to just go to bed and end the day, but that would be nice, Todd. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind having somebody to talk to. Do you have my email address, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the description below which I'll get to that. Thank you, Todd, for helping me get on track. In the description below is a nice little summary to sum up the channel. And then it says that you can follow me. And where, you ask? Where, you ask, can you follow me? First, number 1 on the list is PayPal. No, I don't have a Patreon account because I feel like Patreon is pushing what you have to share or donate. Whereas PayPal, you can donate 25 cents and you are awesome. So that is why yours truly has a PayPal account. So you can follow me on PayPal and donate if you feel like it. If not, it's all right. Much love anyway, because I love you so very, very, very much. The next link on that is the Twitter link. Now, if you're like me, I'm not too overly fond of Twitter, but it's a good place to catch up with people you actually are involved with. So after that link is the Instagram account. The Instagram account, you ask, is where I post more personal agendas, and you can hit me up in the DMs there, and I usually always answer my Instagram, Twitter, where I usually answer my Instagram DMs. Now, the best part of this whole follow me is this next one, TikTok. I know, most of you do not like TikTok, but hear me out. A lot of your favorite content creators is on TikTok. And if you follow them, watch their video all the way through, which usually it's only like 30 seconds, maybe a minute of a video. You hit the little heart, you leave a little comment, and you hit share, even if it's just hit share and copy. And yours truly gets on her way to the For You page, and we get closer and closer and closer to being found. And then, of course, after that, you can find me at Snapchat. So, hit me up in all those places. I am always here for you guys. Let's see. Now, I've been talking about that for a couple minutes, so let me go back to the chat and see what is being said. Kyle said, stirring up drama is so exhausting, baffles me how people live for it. I agree with you, Kyle, so heartily. I was not even supposed to be part of this drama, and I am emotionally drained to the point. I'm going to be honest with you. There was a moment of today where I literally hovered over the delete button on Twitter and just almost skipped out on it. But I realized that you can't do rash decisions. Calm down. You can do this thingy. So after that, Wendigo says, I seen Evil say something about drama, but I don't know about that, Lily. Don't worry about it, Wendigo. Stay out of the drama. Yours truly will not be at all, any more shape or form, even commenting anything. So yours truly is just going to stay out of it. Todd, it's okay, Todd. It was my own fault. I usually keep my nose out of it, but I was just trying to spread positivity, because I figure one act of positivity goes a long way. If one person does positive things, it affects others and they start doing positive things. But I think I need to do my positivity from my lane, stay in my lane, and go from there. Hey, Outrum, I am so glad you're here. I hope you're doing great. I have missed you. Leon, cat's on your head. I need a floof. And I have a floof, by the way, sitting next to me, sound asleep. Maybe in a minute, since he's close to the microphone, he will start snoring. Your co-host for the night is Lakota Sioux Nation. He's laying here, sound asleep, next to his mommy. So he sniffles high. Oh, his head moved. He knows we're talking about him. Oh, he's so cute. But anyway, let's see. Put them on your heads. Can I put my floof dog on my head? Can I please? Hey! How are you doing, Manimal? I think I hope I pronounced that right. I suck at pronouncing names, guys. Just bear with me. I am doing good. This is probably the best I've been all day. You guys have really kind of picked me up being here, so I much love you guys. Are amazing. I think it's best to forget this and move on. Yes, Evil, it probably is best to forget this and move on, but for some of us, I'm not going to forget. I'll move on. I won't talk about it anymore, because I think it really pisses people off to keep talking about it. So yes, you're right. It is better to forgive and forget. But for me, I'll forgive. I'll move on. Other than that, we won't discuss it anymore. Hey, Outrum. I'm glad you're doing good. Wendigo will be right back. So we'll wait for him before we start. What I'm going to do tonight is usually we do the Friday night chill. So what I'm probably going to do is we're going to chill for a couple minutes. But what do you guys say about doing some Friday the 13th true stories? Ooh, really, Kyle? That would be awesome if you consider resurrecting your channel. Just keep me posted on that. I will help out any way I can, because that will actually be epic. I don't think I've ever got to tell you this, but I've seen where you've done little clips on TikTok about voice work, and you have a great voice. So, I mean, I could see your channel, if you resurrect it, it going far. I mean, far. Like, I can't find words tonight, guys. Just bear with me. I'm doing good to sit here and be normal. Okay, Manny's good? Okay, good. I'm glad you're doing great, and I'm so glad to see you in the chat. It's amazing. I'm glad you catch the stream too, Cool Cat, because I know we have 2 different time zones, so for you it's a lot harder to catch these live streams. So you being here is amazing, awesome, and much love. Sending you air hearts through the microphone. Yes, evil, forgive, maybe forget. No, for me, yeah, I guess so. But after this moment, I'm not going to bring it up anymore because, like I said, it seems to piss people off when you bring up how you feel about stuff. So it's fine. That's dandy. We'll move on. I can be pissed off in my own lane. It gets me through the day. Leon sent a weird, I don't know what that is. Outrum says it sounds good. Good. Okay, Wendigo's back. You're very welcome, Kyle. I will have to look that up. I am not sure if I'm subscribed to your channel. And if I am not, that has to be fixed. But either way, just keep me posted because I will... Oh my gosh, Cool Cat, it is nearly 2 a.m. Oh, but I'm still glad that you're here. It means so much to me. But I will have to look at Creepy Keely. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. It's a fishy. You're right, it is a fishy, and I'm just a little slow. Been a long, long day. And to top it off with my day, my boss got real upset because she got chewed out. Well, not my boss, my supervisor got chewed out. And she jumped me for the smallest thing today, and I about lost it. I mean, I'm serious. You could see it on my face. I was about to lose it. She had to walk out of the room. So it's been real today, guys. You know, Gallows, that is a perfect... I love what you said. Forgetting just leads to making the same mistakes again, at least in my experience. You are very correct. I think it's good to forgive because in the sense, if you don't forgive someone, they take up space in your heart and mind, and that's unacceptable. But to forget, I'm sorry. I think some things can be slowly forgotten in time by people that you truly care about. But by people who really, really, really slapped it to you, it's forgetting means I'm going to probably make the same mistake. And that is unacceptable. And I won't make that same mistake again. So you are completely right. It hasn't been active since 2018. Well, okay, then 2018 is when I started my YouTube channel, I think, or 19. So that's I'm probably totally not subscribed. So I will have to rectify that. I can say that Twitter seems to ban the wrong people, and people that should be banned, they'll let go on. So I understand that you shouldn't have been banned. Bounce to IG and the rest except for YouTube. Miss you. Thank you so much. That means a lot hearing that somebody says I have happy vibes. That's what I really want to have, is to be happy and spread happy and positivity. Sometimes it's hard because I don't always feel happy and positive, but I try. Switch to the laptop since I'm eating right now. Oh, well, that's awesome. What you eating? Oh, thank you. I'll try to make sure I don't do like a 2-hour live stream, which with the way I'm going right now with my constant chatter, it's not guaranteed. I'm sorry for the squeaking in the background. Apparently this chair that I'm sitting in is like squeaky, squeaky, squeaky every time I move. And I'm one of those people that can't sit still when I live stream. So we're probably going to hear a lot of squeaky, squeaky. So, yeah, it's nothing weird going on. Just my chair is just, it has issues. And it does not have a tissue. So, I was going to turn the fan on, but the fan was like in the background. So I was like, oh, we won't do that either. So, I'm trying to gear up. I left my water clear across the room, and after setting up all this stuff, I can't get up and get my water. So, it's going to have to sit over there until intermission. Which we may not even have intermission. We may just go straight through. Chugga chugga. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Not much has happened this week. It's been a slow week, a drama-filled week, but a slow week. Ooh, you got Disney Plus, Leon? How you liking it? I got mine about 2 months ago, and I'm actually excited to have it because there's not just the norm what I figure would be on there. The only thing I don't like is if you don't subscribe to Disney Premiere, a lot of stuff that's coming out new, you have to wait like 2 months. Which, I mean, 2 months is better than nothing because I can't go to theaters right now because of the pandemic. Oh my god, Evil. Pizza, tacos, enchiladas, Spanish rice, and a salad. Well, somebody's gonna be sicky to their tummy later. You know, Manny, I could totally see how your life would have so much more, you know, like peace and improve, because for some reason I feel that a lot of social media is it's not it's not constructive for somebody who has anxiety, depression, or anything else. But unfortunately, to grow your channel and to do more, you have to have social media, from what I'm told. So here we are, stuck in the ultimate dilemma. Oh, you're in quarantine? Like, have you had COVID, or somebody you know has had COVID? Cool Cat? Yes, Evil, I agree. We are gonna leave the drama behind and move on to happy times. We know. Leon Simpsons. You know, I would love to sit down. I have missed a good bit of the Simpsons. I wouldn't mind actually going Kyle just read how much you're eating too and was like, holy let's see, I got to censor myself. Holy fart blossoms. I'm sorry for the dorky laugh. That was just funny, just out of nowhere. Kyle's like, holy hell, Outcast. One's from the car. Oh gosh, Leon, I need to watch that later. Maybe it'll perk me up. Yes, Manny, you're right. Watching The Social Dilemma, gosh, it's life altering, that's for sure. So let me take a second. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, Cool Cat. I hope you guys stay safe and don't get sick. Or, I mean, hopefully it will get better. I don't know what to say, because I've already had COVID, and that was the worst 3 months, and I don't feel like I'm completely over it. There's days like today, I turned white and could barely breathe and it's been like that since I had COVID. So, I still struggle with it. Say the drama for your mama, says Todd. You know, that's right. My mom handles drama so much better than me. I mean, she just walks in like a trooper. I walk into drama and I'm just, I don't know what I'm doing. So, I hear Lakota. Yes, he is snoring and breathing. He wants to put his 2 cents in. Good, you good boy. Oh, did I wake you up? I'm sorry. Good boy. He's a good boy. You go woo woo woo. He's like, screw you, I'm asleep. Outrun. Yeah, Evil's gonna need some tums. Hey, let's see, release the hounds. You for some reason, when I hear, will you quit huffing? Everybody can hear you. He's just throwing in his 2 cents for the story. For some reason, whenever I think of dogs, especially since Lakota is a boxer, and he's only 3 months old, and he's the size of a 9-month-old puppy. He's big. But for some reason, hey Infinite, how are you? For some reason, when I think of a big dog, I think of the Sandlot. Isn't it the Sandlot? No, or is it Stand By Me? I think it's Stand By Me. You know, Chopper Sick. Yeah, it's Stand By Me. Chopper Sick Balls. For some reason, I think about that. Yes, Todd, you are right. All clouds have a silver lining. And then you are right. Sometimes things happen for a reason to grow from. And you are very right. It's better to take positive than a negative from each outcome in your life. And I totally agree with that. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry that you cried about it. I I can see, I can understand being tore up and crying about, because with the media they've said COVID is really bad, and for some people it's The Body by Stephen King. And for some people COVID's real bad, and some people it isn't. My mom got it, and I think she did a better than I did, and she has COPD. Um my daughter got it and she was almost hospitalized, and me, I didn't ever test positive in the beginning for COVID. I was told I had pneumonia and that I was okay enough to go on to work and I wasn't contagious. So I went on to work, and there would be moments in the day where I would just turn sheet white and probably get swollen. Just, I mean, I felt like I was dying. And then right toward the end of it, they tested me again and I tested positive, and they said I was probably positive that entire time. So, no telling how many people I possibly could have gave it to, because I didn't know that's what I had. The Body by Stephen King. I thought there was something in that similar in The Sandlot as well. So for some reason, I always think of Stand By Me and The Sandlot when I think of a big dog and sick balls and stuff like that. All right, so I'm trying to figure out if I want to go ahead and start telling stories, or and I'm few. It's good when people get what you're saying. I'm really shocked there's 13 people watching. That makes me really happy. To everybody that's not in the chat, that's just watching, thank you for watching. If you feel like you want to get in the chat, that is amazing. I would love for you to get in the chat and talk, because I always love to get to talk to people and get to know people. I'm hoping the people that might be watching that's not talking isn't like stalking my channel to cause drama or anything, because I do want to give this disclaimer as we go on. I've said it with every live stream and every video. This is a no nonsense channel. I do not tolerate judgy, mean-spirited, any type of rudeness on my channel, because everybody should be able to feel comfortable and free to come to this channel, because everybody's a welcome, everybody's accepted, everybody is family when they come to this channel. So I just want to go ahead and say that. So if anybody watching wants to start drama, please do not. This is not a drama channel. I like for people to feel safe and comfortable and always want to return. I would like you guys to want to return to my channel and enjoy yourself. Trying to think. I wonder if there's anything I'm missing before we get started. I cast a banish. Yes, Leon, you cast that banish. I need it. Just not my ex. Everybody I know here that got it, including my son, and got long-term effects, have found. Okay, thank you, Manny. I'm gonna screenshot that real quick so I can remember, because I'll forget that. I'm gonna have to. Did I get? Hold on a second. Because I'm still feeling a lot of the side effects to COVID, and now everybody's pushing for me to get vaccinated. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people I know that's have COVID and got vaccinated really got sick, and I just don't think my body can go through that again so close together. So I don't know what to do about the COVID shot. Everybody seems to be pressuring everybody that has not had the COVID shot, and I'm really torn about it, because I want to do my part and make people healthy, but in the same token, I also don't want to make myself sick as well. So I'm on the fence about that. And let's see, Lily, did you get a notification? I can't find a notification for what? On where? Who, what, when, and where? I don't know. I may have gotten a notification. I don't know. I have not checked any other. Meat Locker just messaged me and said, Punk. He is summoning me. Oh, okay. So somebody just messaged me. It was Lord in I hope to God I say this right. Lord Insidious. I hope that God I said that right. Is watching, but he can't chat. And thank you for watching. I'm so thankful that you are watching. Much love. You are amazing. Let me message Meat Locker and say pink back. And see if we can summon the Meat Locker into the chat. If you go live, he will come. I got a notification jingle but can't find it. Is it on Instagram? Because I did message you earlier on Instagram. Yes, I think I said live stream, or I forgot what I said now without going to the chat and reading it. I try to give everybody like a heads up on Instagram if they read their messages. I've messaged several people tonight and they didn't message me back, and then some messaged me and I just now seen it, so hey, I'm evil. Maybe we're in both. Okay, well that's something to think about on the shot. See, that's another thing. See, I work with he's like a father to me. I work with him. His name's Willie. He is up to date and in the know about everything. And he made the comment that this is an experimental vaccine. And he started listing off side effects that will happen eventually. And it just freaked me out. Like, I'm all for vaccinations. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but... Hey, Chaos, how are you? I'm so glad you were here. Yeah, Leon, me and him tease each other. You know, if you have seen Supernatural, how Sam and Dean go back and forth with, you know, like jerk, punk, back and forth, different things in language I can't say on air. And so me and him do stuff like that. We're goofy and weird. I had the Rona, so not getting the shot. Okay, well, that makes me feel good, Outrum. I feel about the same way. But I don't know about the shot. Thank you, Wendigo. I'm glad there's other people that feel like me that I don't know. Because I don't know, a lot of people have made me feel really crappy about not getting the shot. And people posting pictures how I'm vaccinated and showing their cards, making the rest of us who are very unsure feel like we're just crappy human beings not doing what we're supposed to do. So, her hair started to fall out. Yeah, see, I heard that. One of the side effects to COVID is your hair starts falling out. Because I went from having a head full of hair and half of my hair is gone. So I tried to hide it because I used to have like thick, beautiful hair. And when I got COVID, it started falling out. And then I heard people saying when they got the shot that their hair started, like people who have had COVID, their hair fell out even worse. I don't think I can handle any more hair falling out, okay? Oh, no, Manny, I know, I'm not saying that you're anti-vaxxer. What I'm saying is I have a lot of anti-vaxxer friends who argue with the people who are not anti-vaxxers. And I wasn't saying that you were an anti-vaxxer. Let's see. I'm glad you could break away, Chaos, and join in. Yes, Wendigo, I've seen the people on Twitter about it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't join in on anybody's opinions on Twitter because people on Twitter get very, very upset when your opinions don't match theirs. So I just keep my opinions to myself. And it's okay that way. I know what I feel and I don't have to, you know, make people mad. Oh, Leon, I understand. I'm not saying people who got the vaccine are terrible people. I'm just talking about a lot of people who have gotten the vaccine. When they post about it, they make the rest of us feel like we're just garbage. Like, well, we're doing what we can to make the world go around, but you're not. I'm referring to those people. The people who've gotten vaccinated and didn't make me feel bad. Like, you know, don't make anybody feel bad. They're just like, hey, I got vaccinated. And it's like, cool. And that's where it ends. But some people, it feels like Filthy Frank, you know, where he has the skit of, I'm vegan. And he's like, goes into a bathroom and he's like, hey, I'm vegan. And then he goes out into another room and he's like, hey, I'm vegan, and throws metal down and says, give me this medal, I deserve it. That's kind of how I feel about some people when they post about it. Shamers do suck Manny. I do not like, Outram, now that you said that, ever since I've had COVID, I have had some of the worst headaches. I mean, it feels like I'm going to have a brain aneurysm. And I thought it was my migraines, but I think whatever these headaches are make my migraines like on steroids. I mean, it's pretty bad. Like I'll have to break out like a body armor water and about 4 leaves, and I don't think you're supposed to take that many within a 6-hour period. And I feel like I'm dying. So I'm kind of glad hearing somebody else say that they are experiencing bad headaches. I understand, Cool Cat, getting it for your sister. I am in a dilemma also with the vaccine. My mom has COPD and deteriorating lungs, so she was advised not to get the vaccine. My children are all under the age of 12, so they can't get the vaccine. So I'm at the dilemma of, if I'm the only one that can get vaccinated in the house, and there's what I was told by my doctor is that my kids are more likely to carry the COVID and give it to somebody than I would be. See, I was told by my doctor, now that I've had COVID, I've built some antibodies up, so I'm less likely to get it again, if that makes sense. And you are right, Manimal. Twitter is vicious. I mean, vicious. Wendigo, I can totally believe that someone would say get the shot or get shot. It's rough. That's why I tried to keep out of the shot thing. This is my live stream, so I can kind of talk about what I want to. And Todd, you are definitely correct. That's how I feel. It's an individual's choice to get the shot. I think if you get the shot, you're amazing, and if you don't get the shot, you're amazing. And I don't think anybody should have to feel guilty. Like I'm totally for. If you got the shot, I feel like you're doing your, what you can to make other people healthy. And if you can't get the shot, or you are not sure about the shot, you're worried about the shot, I also think that you're doing what you can too, because you also have to take care of yourself as well as people you love. I hear Filthy Frank. I think of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah. I'm just glad people still remember Filthy Frank. Yes, I feel like my eyes are going to pop out, Outrum. I feel like my head, there's a place in my top of my head that literally feels like it's just going to rupture. The sides of my head, it goes down to my neck, and it gets to the point like I feel like I'm going to pass out from the pain. It's that bad. I'm vegan, except for, I thought you were copying what I said. You know what? I actually kind of think I'm going vegan, to be honest with you. Because I don't know, there's days where I literally feel turned off by meat. So I'm getting kind of concerned that I think I'm turning vegan and didn't even mean to. It might actually, Wendigo, because I'm going to be honest with you, before COVID I had head splitting migraines, but I could get through them because I got used to them. I tolerate them. But since COVID, these headaches, it's bad. I ran through my house. That is, and it really does pick and choose, because, like, for example, there's a ton of people in our house. My at that time 5-year-old got it, and she was bad. I mean, we thought we were gonna have to hospitalize her. My mom got it pretty bad because of her COPD. I think if she wouldn't have COPD, she would have made it like a trooper. And then I was the last one to get it in our house. And I feel that I should have been hospitalized. But the other 3 people in our house lived through it, didn't get sick. I mean, they got the sniffles, but they did not actually get it. So I'm glad. I probably do need to go to the hospital, Evil, but I'm not. Yes, Leon, I'm vegan. I deserve this medal. Let's see. 99% survival rate anyway. No more folks. Very true, Manny. It did. I mean, I'm kind of glad that somebody else said it, because today, my coworker Willie was talking about that, and I love listening to his, because he's a very knowledgeable man, and I love listening to him talk about it. Oh, barbecue. I love barbecue. Pass it through the microphone, please. All right, let's see. All right. I want to read and I don't want to read, if that makes sense, guys. Let me get comfortable, because I don't want to start reading. Because I always get real nervous reading live, because, I mean, there's two things about reading live. One, if I'm not on camera, you can't actually completely 100% know if I messed up, because I could have, like, added words and you never know. But then the other part of me is like, sometimes when I mess up, it's like, I messed up. It's bad. So, yeah. Let's see. I had queued up some stories. They're Friday the 13th real life horror stories. I know some people don't actually like true stories, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna do it. I have not read this. I hope this sound's doing okay. I just realized that I put sound effects coming up. I hope they are not too loud. If they are too loud, please comment in the chat. Hey, your background music is way too loud. I haven't queued it up yet, but here in a minute you'll know what I'm talking about. So I've got I don't know. I think we're gonna get started. What do you guys think? Are you guys ready? I know there is a 10 to 12 second delay, so when I ask you a question, I gotta wait a little bit. But are you guys ready? Do you want to read stories, or are you guys happy to just chat with each other? I am game for either one, so do not tell me that you don't care, because that's my line. I'm supposed to tell you I don't care. So I hear some family members scurrying around. Oh my. Their TV's really loud, and my mom's like, turn the TV down. Let's see. Oh my gosh, there's 16 people in the chat. Hi, all 16 people. If you're not in the chat and you're just watching, if you feel like it, just leave just shout out saying hi, I'm here, because I always like to, kind of keep up with who all's in the chat. And sounds good to me. I'm ready for a story. Oh, my sissy's here. Let's see. Stories, whatever. I'm good with it. Stories first in chat. Either one is fine. Alright, it looks like everybody's like, hurry up and shut up. Let's read a story, and then we'll chat later. Which I think it would be good to actually read a chat. Die down the drama of the week. Chill our beans, because I'm trying to keep this PG, because I never know who's in the chat that might be too young to hear bad things. So, throw a shoe. Oh, honestly, who throws a shoe? Really? And I hope to God you guys get that reference. Alright, so we're going to queue up. And again, if the background is too loud, hit me up. I don't know if I know how to turn it down. I think I do, guys. I think I do. So, here we go. We're going to queue up the main background. And we're going to get in. You guys sit. I would encourage you guys to pull up a seat. Get comfortable by my fire. After you pass through the long woods to get to the sun. Everyone, stop blankets if you need blankets. Get comfy. Adjust yourself. If you're lucky enough to have someone to snuggle with, pull that someone close and get ready to snuggle. And Fridays generally come with a sense of relief and happiness as they march forward with really neat. However, today, he is by far the supernatural way, considering that it falls on the ominous date of Friday the 13th. Of course, some people this day and days fall incidentally with one another. There's nothing to praise. Some can brush it off as a silly superstition and go about knocking back a cold, like they do at the end of everything. But our challenge is to brave the rational. But our challenge, and I challenge you, to be brave. And those rational souls out there that tempt fate a little. We brought forth several spine-chilling experiences. So, let's begin. Story number 1. The fifth one. Four of us young women were sharing a spacious two-bedroom apartment on the 3rd floor of the building. None of us had met each other before, but an online hunt for accommodation in a metro city brought us together. It had been a month, everything was good, and we still were getting along. And we were getting to know the city a little more each day. On particular, on the Sunday night, we all went to bed around after a night in our room and 2 steaming pots. In between the 2 pots were a small coffee table and chair. At around 2:30 in the morning, I would have abruptly awoken. I barely opened my eyes to see one of my roommates sitting on a chair with her hand on the wall. I was not really alarmed, casually asked her why she was up at this hour. I dozed back off to sleep before I could even clean up. The next morning, everybody was rushing to work to get to Monday. I returned back to my apartment at around 9 p.m. One of my flatmates was always and the other 2 were After talking about her day, she surprisingly asked me if she was awake last night. I kept turning the lights on and listening until I was on. Given my experience of the previous night, I said it must be issue. Issue, as I saw her sitting awake in the middle of the night. Almost half an hour after the 2 of us finished the conversation, the other 2 flatmates also returned. While we were all eating dinner, Issue looked at me and asked me why I am always awake in the middle of the night, and advised me to keep a bottle of water next to my bed. Shocked, I asked her to stop bluffing, because I never woke up. I kept sleeping on my alarm. You were the one who was wide awake last night. Even disturbed me and the other 2 by fidgeting in the living room light. Following this, I had the most stupid conversation of the night. Issue revealed that she had seen me sitting on the chair in the middle of the night multiple times, including last night. When she woke up and saw me like this, she asked what I was doing, and apparently I told her that I woke up to get water. After hearing my answers, she fell asleep. We also learned that the other 2 roommates also got disturbed by the light at around the same time. One of them even noticed the presence of someone passing by in the dark. But that's not even the worst part. Issue claimed to have seen me at least twice in the same position at the same time. This was the first time I noticed her sitting on the chair. After a little investigation, we learned from the neighbors that the house had remained unoccupied for over a year after the previous tenant passed away, followed by a mystery. That piece of information was enough for us to believe that there was a 5th flight, at least to say we all vacated the place in less than a week. Alright guys, what do you think about... Oh god, it's very loud. Okay, sorry. I just kept on reading and totally forgot. Okay, I turned it down. Okay. I just read everybody's message. I just turned it down. Oh my gosh. How is it now? Now that I turned it down. I told you guys to tell me, and I just kept on reading the story. Is it better? Can you guys... Is it just ambience in the background, or is it still too loud? Because I can keep turning it down. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I totally forgot. How is it now? Is it still too loud? Do I need to turn it down? Because I probably just busted everyone's eardrums out. Sorry, Wendigo. I'm glad you stopped by after that. I don't blame you for wanting to skedaddle. But thank you for stopping by. I'm sorry for the... Okay, guys, let me know if that's still too loud. Because I don't want to reread that story and not be reading the chat. Because, I'm doing all this on my laptop. So I have like 3 screens up. I have the OBS up. I have the stories I'm reading. And then I have the chat. So I can't read all of them. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit more. Okay, now he says he can't hear it. I'm afraid to turn it back up. I'm just going to kill everybody the way this is going tonight. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Wendigo. I'm so glad you stopped by. Okay, I turned it up a little bit. How does it sound now? Because I'm going to get this kink worked out. Because this is a new background that I was trying for Fridays. The rain's a little silent. Okay, I'm going to turn it up some more. To tell me how that is. I didn't really get to test this background out like I usually do the other backgrounds. So. Just leave it. Okay, I'm not going to touch it no more. I'm just going to leave it right there. Okay, I imagine that nobody got to hear the story because I just deafened everybody and I went from having 16 people watching to 9. So I think I just ran 90% off by scaring them to death. Alright, let me go back and start over because nobody heard a thing I said. And I'm so sorry, guys. Usually I test out the backgrounds before I start, but like I said, this was a rough afternoon. I'm going to try to set my phone up now in front of me so I can see the chat. So, okay. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start this over. I'm sorry for scaring everybody to death. Maybe the other 6 people that left will come back. I'm sorry. Gosh, it's definitely Friday the 13th. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to try this again. So do you guys want me to go ahead and read the story again? Or just skip on to the next one after scaring everybody to death and making things so much worse? Thank you, Sissy. I need the support. It's been a rough day. I'm going to message you real quick because I don't know if you heard or not. But let me message you real quick. Well, my phone's going to autocorrect for me now. Okay. I messaged you, Sissy. I won't be able to sit in like chat, but I thought I'd message you real quick. Okay, let's see. Get back to... Gotta find the chat. Hold on. I lost the chat I did. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I guess reread the story because I hear several people say reread it. I only heard parts of it. Thank you guys for sticking this around. I'm so sorry for scare y'all to death. Okay. Here we go. We're going to start this again. And hopefully not scare everybody to death again. Alright, guys, let's do this again. Friday generally comes with a sense of relief and happiness as they mark the end of the grueling week. However, this Friday came accompanied by a horror and the supernatural, considering that it falls on Friday the 13th. Of course, some people, this date and day, coinciding with one another, is nothing to be afraid of. Some can brush it off as a silly superstition and go about knocking back a cold drink, like they do at the end of every week. But our challenge is to brave and be one of the rational souls out there, to tempt fate just a little bit. We brought forth 5 spine-chilling experiences. So, I encourage you to take my hand, and let's brave through this forest together. And let's begin with the first story, The Fifth Roommate. 4 of us young women were sharing a spacious 2-bedroom apartment on the 3rd floor of a building. None of us had met each other before, but an online hunt for accommodations in a metro city brought us together. It had been a month and everything was good and we were still getting to know each other and the city. On this particular day, and more the night, it's Friday the 13th, and we all went to bed around 12:30 a.m. After a night out, our room had 2 queen-size cots. In between those 2 cots was a small coffee table and a chair. At around 2:30 in the morning, I was abruptly awoken. I barely opened my eyes to see one of my roommates sitting on the chair with her hands on the coffee table. I was not really alarmed and casually asked her why she was up at this hour. I dozed back off to sleep before I could even hear her answer. The next morning, everybody was rushing to work since it was on a Monday. That makes no sense. If it's Friday the 13th, how are they rushing to work on Monday? Maybe they mean after the weekend. Anyway, we're just going to go on. Sorry. I returned back home after a long day at around 9 p.m. One of my flatmates was watching TV and the other 2 were still not at home. After talking about our day, she surprisingly asked me who was awake last night and kept turning the lights on and off in the living room. Given my experience of the previous night, I said it must be Issue, as I saw her sitting awake in the middle of the night. Almost half an hour after the 2 of us had this conversation, the other 2 flatmates also reached home. While we were all eating dinner, Issue looked at me and asked why I am always awake in the middle of the night, and advised me to keep a bottle of water next to the bed. Shocked, I asked her to stop bluffing, because I never wake up until I hit the snooze on my alarm at least 3 times. I told her, "You're the one that's wide awake last night. You even disturbed the other 2 by fidgeting with the living room lights." Following this, I had the most creepy conversation of my life. Issue revealed that she had seen me sitting on the chair at the middle of the night multiple times, including last night. When she woke up and saw me like this, she asked what I was doing, and apparently I told her that I'd woke up to get water. After hearing my answer, she fell asleep. We also learned that the other 2 roommates also got disturbed by the lights going on and off at the same time. One of them even noticed the presence of someone passing by in the dark. But that isn't even the worst part. Issue claimed to have seen me at least twice in the same position at the same time. This was the first time I noticed her sitting on the chair. After a little investigation, we learnt from the neighbors that the house had remained unoccupied for over a year after the previous tenant passed away. This piece of information was enough for us to believe there was a 5th flatmate. Least to say, we all vacated the place in less than a week. Okay, guys, that was the end of the first story. Thoughts, comments, rates, what do you guys think? And excuse Lakota in the background. He's moving around and shuffling and moving bags and pillows and bopping my microphone back and forth. We're going to have to tie this dog down. He wants to join terribly on the live stream. The sound effects in my room is making it scarier. That's just Lakota, sorry. So, guys, what do you think about that story? I keep forgetting there's a delay in the chat. Oh, wow. I'm on a roll tonight. I know it. True stories, I'm just going to be honest with you, I don't think they're that scary. But I want to try some true stories because people seem to like true stories a whole lot more than the stuff. And I just realized I labeled this true story. So if anybody that's going to watch this chat later is going to leave me a nasty comment that I spent too much time talking before I got to the stories. Alright, so I'm going to give it a couple of seconds and talk to you guys and go to the next story because somebody left me a comment that I kind of didn't give enough time in between the stories to chat. And I don't want it to come across like I don't want to engage with the chat. I'm just going to be honest, when I'm by myself and I don't have a co-host, hey Wendigo, you're back! Yay! You missed, no you didn't, you were here for it, never mind. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump into the second one. So I encourage you to sit back and let's begin for the second one. Okay, here we go. The second story is entitled The Sinister Fourth Floor. When I was living in a hostel during my 9th and 10th grade, there were 4 floors in our hostel, and we were only 25 or 27 girls. The 4th floor remained empty, with only maids visiting once a month to clean up. Previously, there had been on occasion where one very quiet and simple girl had tried to commit suicide from the 4th floor. But kind of just chalking it up to stress, we moved on. Back then I had the habit of waking up around 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and study until breakfast. My roommate, on the other hand, would stay up till 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and wake me up before she would go to bed. On one such night my roommate woke me up, and I saw that she had gone completely pale and her eyes were bloodshot red. I asked her what was wrong, and she said nothing and slept it off. I thought she might have had a fight with her boyfriend and went to study, but all that time that I was studying, I kept feeling like somebody was watching me. It made me so afraid that I closed my books and I tried to go off to sleep. The next morning I asked her what was wrong, and she curtly said, "Nothing, I gotta go." After that, she kept ignoring me, and when I finally confronted her, she told me the creepiest story that I have ever heard. She told me that she was studying per her usual between 12 and 12:30ish. The timing is creepy because the previous suicide also took place at the same day. The same time on that same day. She decided to make coffee for herself, and on her way back to the room she felt like somebody was following her. She turned around and saw me. She noticed I wasn't wearing my spectacles, or flip-flops, or small black thread my mother tied around my hand. She didn't make much of it, but asked me, "You're up earlier than usual?" And I responded with, "Let's go to the 4th floor balcony." She asked me why I wanted to go and do that, and I said it would be really fun, and that I had grabbed her by her hand and took her upstairs. Once we got there, she made a few comments about the weather, and then I responded saying a simple word: jump. She obviously was scared and worried and couldn't believe what I was saying. And I kept insisting, jump, jump, jump. She claimed that I got pretty aggressive, at which point she went inside and came back to the dorm only to find me fast asleep. Her bloodshot eyes then made a lot more sense to me. To this day, we don't know what happened, what the girl wanted, and that makes it even more scary. Okay. That was story number 2. So, what do you guys think? I thought that one was a little bit better than the first one. The first one was just a little tedious for me. Maybe because I had to read it twice due to the sound effects being off. I'm glad to have talked to you, Manny. I've missed you. I was hoping you've been doing good. Oh, Wendigo, thank you for staying. Oh, thank you so much. It means a lot. I'm glad you stay. We've only got 5 stories, and then after that it'll be a toss-up if we keep going, because I don't want to keep everybody up real late. So, I agree. I would probably give it a 5 or a 6. I would probably give this one maybe a 6 or a 7, because I think it was a lot better than the first one. The first one I just found a little kind of bland. So, let's see. I'll give you a 10. The story is 7. Thank you. That makes me feel good. Because thank you, Todd, for telling me I'm doing great. You guys are so awesome. I have like the best family on my channel. Alright. We're going to get into the third one. Don't want to take too much time and get people annoyed. 3 granddaughters. Oh, wow. You're going to have your hands full. So we'll see. I understand when to go. I'm just thankful that you're here. It's awesome. Okay. The third story is entitled An Accidental Meeting. This incident dates back to January 2011. I was studying for my MBA. Oh, sorry, hold on a second. I gotta stretch my leg. Okay, we're gonna try that again. My leg kind of locked up on me there, okay. The third story is entitled The Accidental Meeting. This incident dates back to January 2011. I was studying for my MBA. Then one evening, I got a phone call that my younger brother had met with an accident. Luckily, the hospital was just 10 minutes away from my college, so I rushed to see him. My family members were all waiting outside the ICU and told me that his condition was pretty serious. A little while later, we were informed that he was out of danger. But after that, we started hearing him scream in agony like he was in a lot of pain. While my parents were talking to the doctors about this, I sneaked into his room. As soon as I entered, he stopped screaming. He said, "Isn't it your birthday today? Happy birthday!" This surprised me, but even then, I went and sat beside him. Then I asked him about how his accident occurred, and he seemed to have no answer as to how he fell off his bike. In the middle of this, he gets off his bed and starts limping towards the window. Imagine a man who was screaming in pain with bandages all over his body, getting up and walking. I asked him what he was doing, and he says, "Watch me." My younger brother was about to jump out of the 6th floor window of the hospital. Luckily, I ran towards him and tried to stop him. When I was able to take control, I yelled out into my parents, and everybody pulled him in. By now, his face wasn't looking normal, and neither was he behaving in a normal manner. Later that day, he started chanting that if he stays in the hospital any longer, he will be dead. My mom decided to take action and take him home. He came home and napped, but when he woke up, he began behaving weirdly again. He was peeping through the windows in tears, and he told my mom she has to come to get me. He then jumped out of the sofa and ran to the... I don't know what that word is. The puja room? And kept peeping outside. I gathered my courage and asked her who she was talking about. And he pointed toward the swing set outside and said, "She wants to take me." I couldn't see anyone out there. After some time, he calmed down, but not far too long. A little later, he stood on his toes in front of an open cupboard and started laughing very loudly. When we probed him over and over about this, he said that it was her who was laughing and not him. That night, I was awakened from my sleep by the feeling of someone tying up my toes. After a lot of deliberation, I opened my eyes to see what was going on and realized I was sleeping next to a woman who wasn't my mother. I screeched so loud that everybody at the house woke up. My parents dismissed this as my imagination, and we all then began looking for my younger brother. We found him on the terrace talking to himself. When my mother asked him, he said, "I have to go tomorrow with her." So I was just talking about it. Following this, he began addressing himself as Aparna. My mother had had enough by this point and called the local priest. He told us that my brother has brought something with himself from the place he had the accident. We later learnt that a girl who was just about to get married died at the same spot of his accident. In the end, we had to take my younger brother to a priest where hold on a second. This is messed up. Hold on. In the end, we had to take my younger brother to a special place where it took months to become normal again. Oh, wow. What do you guys think? That one was really good. There was some weakness, but I mean, it's a true story, so I mean, weakness is bound to happen. Let's see, what have I missed? I'm running out of energy too, Leon. That's what I'm afraid of. We've only got 2 more stories, so we will see how far we can go. Thank you, Evil, for promoting the channel. Hey, Gummy Bear, how are you? I hope you are well. I haven't talked to you in a while. I know, I am kind of concerned. Some of this kind of sounded like it was added to, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it as true because it's marked. All these are marked true stories, so we will go with it. I actually like that story. That one actually got to me. So I'll have to give that one about an 8 or a 9. I'm glad, Gummy Bear, that you are doing great. You totally missed the escapades of the background scaring the crap out of everyone in the chat. Talk about true horror story. I just scared everybody with a jump scare. Let's see. I wish I did, guys. I haven't had a lot of injury in the last 2 weeks. I think it just might be the constant stress. I mean, there's always something to be stressed and worried over. Thank you, Cece. Sending you hearts. Manny. Yep, that totally describes having children or grandchildren around. Alright, guys. Okay, hold on a second, guys. I'm having an issue. There's something glitching on the laptop. I think it's the laptop. So just bear with me for 1 second. Nobody leave the chat. Talk amongst yourselves. Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm sorry for that. I had technical difficulty that actually probably wasn't that bad and could have went on. Plus, I need something to drink. So, oh, bye, Leon. Thank you for staying. I'm sorry for the some weirdness tonight, guys. I keep trying to be professional with my live streaming, and it doesn't seem like I'm doing a real good job at it tonight. Oh my gosh, he said watermelon. I want to go with him. Watermelon. I just probably drank almost half a gallon of water because I'm so thirsty right now. So, okay, Lakota, you don't have to make your presence known that much. Shh. Quiet. He's like sound asleep, but he like, I don't know. I wish I could join you. Alright, so I think I'm going to start the fourth story because I think everybody's starting to get restless and it's getting later and it's, you know, it's a Monday night. Well, no, it's not Monday. I was thinking of the live stream for coming up on Monday. Alright, let's go to the fourth story. It's entitled The Old Lady and Her Pets. I have lived in the... Hold on. I don't know what that word is. Banastahali? We're going to go with that. I have lived in the Banastahali University premise during my childhood as my parents were working there. And in this time period, I have encountered quite a few paranormal activities. But this is the scariest one by far. I was in the 4th standard. There was a huge, dense forest behind my house, and we kids weren't allowed to go there. But one evening, we decided to explore the unexplored without telling our parents. We knew that there was wolves in the first area, but being kids, we thought of ourselves as superheroes with superpowers. Even as it was getting dark, we stayed there. It was a little adventure for us, but by now, I started getting negative vibes and started trying to convince everyone to go back. Suddenly, we heard the growl of the wolves. We were so scared, we couldn't move. From the back, we heard a woman say that this area wasn't for us. It was her and her pets that lived there. We turned around and saw an old lady with a terrible accident mark on her cheek. She wasn't wearing a black dress and had a bag on her hand. She asked us to leave and never return. We were terrified at this point, and one of my friends even started crying. The old lady then gave us a handful of chocolates and asked us to leave again before the wolves came out. We agreed, but then she insisted we have the chocolates before we leave. I didn't have any but a couple of the other kids did. She looked angry about, and as we started to leave, she stopped 3 of us and said, "Don't sleep today." One of my friends innocently asked her why. She gave us a very evil smile and said that if we do, our worst fears will come true. After hearing that, we bolted from there. After that, we went to our usual hangout place and started talking about the incident. And then we went home. We forgot about the lady and slept it off, as I had the test the next day. That night I dreamt that I was going away from my parents in a car, as if I was never going to come back. I saw my mom crying and hugging me, while my father looked as if he would cry too. My mom wore her green suit and red hat, while my father was wearing a tracksuit. As I sat in the back seat of the car, I looked back and waved for the last time. My parents. But I couldn't see them anymore. All I could see was the old lady give me the same vicious smile and waving. 3 months later, this nightmare came true. My parents decided to send me to my grandmother's home after my 4th class annual exams for further study. That day, my mom was wearing the same thing that she wore, the same thing in my dream, and so was my dad. I was livid. After sitting in the back seat, when I looked back for the last time, I saw that woman instead of my parents. The same evil eyes, the same vicious smile, and the same waving. A while later, I got to know that one of my friend's mother had passed away. When I returned to my hometown many years later, I inquired about what had happened. He revealed to me that he saw his mother dying in his dream that night. His fear was losing his mother, and mine was getting separated from my family. The 3rd boy didn't sleep that night, so nothing went wrong for him. It could be a coincidence, but I can't shake it off. I can't shake off that all of this was that evil woman's doing. Even now, I see glimpses of her in my nightmares, and when I do, those come true. Alright, guys, that was the end of story number 4. What do you guys think? Thank you, Todd. I'm glad you guys like the creepy background. I'm trying to set up Monday's live stream as a campfire, and Fridays are a walk through the woods type of thing. So I'm glad many of you are having a great time. That makes me feel good that you guys are having a great time. Evil, I'm not sure why I'm so cute, but thank you. I'm just telling scary stories and being weird. That's me in a nutshell. Weird. Yeah, I think I heard the thunder earlier too, which kind of goes with the ambience of this story. I'm going to give this story a strong 9. Hey, Disciple, how are you? I'm so glad you are here. I'm definitely going to give this story that I just read a strong 9. That was creepy. I don't know if it's because it plays the part on kids' fears, because, I mean, I don't know about you guys. When you're a child, things like that, your worst nightmares coming true, you know. I do agree, Manny. I think that story would really go to act out with effects. I might actually do some stories like that I do live in a professional setting. So you never know. You never know with me. I'm crazy and creepy and off on most days. So we'll find out. We'll find out what we're going to do. I'm doing pretty good, Disciple. I have had a rough day. I'm not going to lie. But it's getting better. Live streaming for 52 minutes now. And I'm enjoying this. It's been great. So, we're going to crack our knuckles, pass out refreshments, and head on to the next story. So here we go. The fifth story is entitled The Burning Man. Back in 1991, when I was 5 or 6 years old, my father got a new job in a district called Fosband. My gosh, what is with all these stories having names I can't pronounce? Hold on, bear with me, guys. Fazabad? Phase? You know what, we're going to skip it. We're just going to skip that part. Okay. We'll start that over and fix the problem. Back in 1991, when I was about 5 or 6 years old, my father got a new job. We were given a 2-bedroom flat in the factory housing complex. This house was old and had remained locked for the past 5 years. But since we were a bit hard-pressed for money, my dad had insisted that this locked flat would be allowed to us instead of waiting for another to be vacant in a year or so. Once we moved in here, things started to go seriously wrong. Initially, small things started to happen. Like every other night, we would hear footsteps or feel somebody was jumping over the backyard wall and then heading to the roof. There was also a huge, strange burn mark on the bathroom wall. No matter how many times we painted over it, scrubbed it, somehow it would peel off and the mark would become visible again. Once my dad had to go on an urgent trip to a nearby town, and it was just me and my mom and my sister. In the night, my mom shouted and ran to our bedroom and switched on all the lights. She was sweating and mumbling something. Both of us kids got scared. My mom somehow took control of the situation, opened the main door, and called the security guard. From what I overheard, my mother had a sense a half-burnt man was standing next to her bed and quietly staring at her. The security guard, who was scared too, agreed to go around the house and look, but he couldn't find anything. This episode was just brushed aside. After this, the number of strange occurrences increased in our house. Like the taps would randomly turn on and the lights would flicker even when we weren't touching the switches. But the worst, the most horrifying incident happened on a cold night in December. I remember sleeping in my bedroom with my sister on a bed covered with a mosquito net. A bulb was lit in the bathroom, so there was plenty of light to look around. In the middle of the night, I woke up feeling very restless. I felt like something was moving under the bed. I looked at my sister and she was fast asleep. And then I saw something that knocked the life out of me. A burnt arm was extended from under the bed and caressing my head. The hand had only 3 thick fingers, and as it moved, the mosquito net was also moving with it. I couldn't move. From the corner of my eye, I could just see the burnt hand moving. I was frozen. After a few seconds or a few minutes, the hand went away, and I covered myself in my blanket and broke down. The entire night I felt something crawling under the bed and making a weird hissing noise. After this incident, we moved out of the house and into a company guest house. We later got to know that the previous tenant of the house was a chemical engineer who lived there with his family. Once, while he was on a business trip, he had an accident and died. While his dead body was en route to the same house in the complex, his father locked himself in the bathroom and killed himself. The burnt mark was from the same incident. 2 bodies were cremated that day. One of that of the engineer and the other one of his father, who had committed suicide. That was 5 years before my father joined the company, and the house remained locked all that time. After hearing the story of the guy, I could make the connection. Maybe that hand was of his burnt father, who might still be looking for his son. May they both rest in peace. All right, guys, that's the end of that. That's the end of the fifth and final story. What do you guys think? Let's see. Todd, you're right. Some grandmas are creepy, and so especially if they come across kind of witch-like. Oh wow, you know the story? Cool. Oh, guys, thank you for telling me that I do really good. It says the website I got it from says that all of these are supposed to be true horror stories. So if they're not true, this site lied. So it's not my fault. Um, it said the person's experience that this happened with, his name is Aditya Vikram. So I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be true stories. So that doesn't mean that somebody didn't try to turn this into a creepypasta, or maybe it parallels a creepypasta. But they say that they're true, so we're gonna go with what they're true. But thank you guys for telling me that I do a good job, or you like my see, somebody's wrote, I love your style. Thank you, Disciple. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you, Evil, and thank you, Wendigo. It means a lot to me, guys. I truly try. I really try. Oh, thank you, Gummy Bear, for saying that my narrations are the best. I try hard. That's the fifth and final story. I'm not going to look up anymore because it is getting later. So it's up to you guys. We might chit and chat for a couple of minutes and then say adieu and go from there. So, what do you guys think about the true stories? Some people like true stories, some people don't. I tried to pick true stories that kind of sounded more like it could parallel a creepypasta. So, oh, thank you, Cool Cat. You're awesome as well. I'm trying to think. My brain is pretty foggy tonight. Like I said, I probably technically shouldn't have live streamed with what's going on right now, but I just really want to spend time with you guys. I look forward to my Mondays and Fridays with you guys, and we're going to try to keep this rolling. Right now, for this week and next week, we will continue to do the Campfire Tales on Monday, and we're going to refer to the Friday as we can't call it Friday the 13th. We just got lucky that today was Friday the 13th. But we're going to call it we'll call it something. I don't know. It's going to be the Friday chill, or the Friday night chill, or Friday the 13th every Friday. Come join us. We may go with that. Friday the 13th every Friday. So come join the nation for Friday the 13th every Friday. Something like that. I don't know. We'll wing it. We will get it done. Can we find true zombie apocalypse stories? You know, that is actually a good thing, because I have heard some people talking about in some countries that they've had experiences of zombies, but the government's try to hide it. So that is something to look into, Manny. That, maybe next Friday we will try to see if we can find true zombie apocalypse stories, or true zombie stories. Something creepy. Something creepy. Fractured Friday. I feel like I'm fractured. Frightful Fridays. That's a good one. We could do Frightful Fridays. Like a heartburn. I heard about that too, Wendigo. So we're going to look that up. We're going to see what we can find. What I'll probably do is maybe do true zombie, maybe true supernatural creature stories, where we can do like zombies, vampires, werewolves, because there's plenty of stories out there that I've heard that that parallels that. So let's see. I think it was in California, and then there were several incidents that happened in Japan or China. I think it was Japan. So, alright guys, I think we're getting close to the end of the live stream, because I'm getting so tired. I'm going to stop making, my grandpa was definitely a zombie. I don't know, I'm starting to feel like, Well, I think I've been streaming longer than an hour and 8 minutes because according to my counter, it says live for 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 10 seconds now. So, I'm getting tired. I want to keep going with you guys, but it's Friday and I'm tired. I heard Florida too. And I think we're going to start bringing this to a close. Telling you guys that I truly have appreciated you guys being here. You have made the night so much brighter and so much better. You have pulled my frowny face up from being frowny to whoop and happy. I'm thankful for you guys. You guys will never know how much you mean to me. And I will go ahead and say good night to everyone. But before I say good night to everyone, I encourage you to look down underneath the little screen area where you're watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I do encourage you to subscribe. Hit that like button, hit the share button, hit the little bell button to stay always in the know on this channel. And if you can, if you get a chance, always leave a comment on your favorite content creators' videos or live streams, because interaction is what YouTube is looking for, and it helps your content creators to get farther and get, out there to be spread to others, and we can bring more traffic to the channel. All right, guys, I'll have to say this. I love you dearly. It has been great. It's been awesome. Do not forget to stay cool, stay safe, stay hydrated. And as always, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.